Good morning, everybody. This is Richard L. Scott, the Black Christian Geek. And this morning, I'm going to start off with some tweaks. I hope to do at least a second video for today featuring the application, but I definitely need to do some tweaking on my desktop first. And I purpose that while I'm trying to increase my content and share things, particularly about Linux, that I'm trying to do as few tweaks as possible without recording them, thus today. So right now I just have uh, the software application open up on for those who may be viewing for the first time. I'll say about this system. I'm using Fedora version 35 running Gnome 41. Gnome is the desktop environment. It's pretty popular. Again, arguably number one or number two on Linux desktops on my HP. But nevertheless, there are some things that I just don't like about Gnome by default. Just like if you look here at this window or this window, there's no minimize or maximize. But using software, you can go up to search and type tweak, and it should allow you to install known tweaks. And as you can see, I already have it installed, so I'll just say open. And this is the tweaks that I'm about to demonstrate are generally some of the first things I do on any new known system. And for one, I come down to top bar, and I'd already added the date, but then I add weekday. And if you look up here at the top where it has January 28 at 5:30 a.m., now you see that it adds Friday. I change the battery. If you look over in the upper right hand corner, you just see the icon, but I add the percentage so I can see that it's 91% because I unplugged my laptop just to record this video. And I generally change from military time to AM PM. Another thing I do in the Windows title bar, here's the maximize and minimize. Notice they don't include them up here. I just saw another reviewer recently who works on the KDE Plasma team using Gnome, and he said it was not a big deal for him because he never minimized anything. And maybe it's just from my years of using Windows and Macs, but I like the ability to be able to minimize and maximize. So if I come here, if you set this, you see the maximize button appear, and then you click this one, the minimize button appears. So now you can minimize and maximize Windows. Going back up to keyboard and mouse, these are not so obvious, but nevertheless, um, I turn this off. Middle click to paste, and unfortunately, there are still some middle click related things that I still have not figured out. That's the one thing about using a Linux desktop that bugs me. I can't, I'm still struggling to find a way to completely eliminate middle clicks. And if I click the middle of my trackpad, it still does things like close tabs that just drive me nuts. But anyway, by default, it says click the trackpad with two fingers for right click. It's like they're following the madness of Apple. Another thing that just drives me nuts. I hate that. But with this, with the tweak utility, you can come here and where it says area, click the bottom right corner of the touchpad. So by selecting that, I'll show you how that works. I open up files. So now if I right click, I get the contextual menu for actual uh, emulating a right click. And of course, we got to minimize and maximize buttons that we turned on. And largely that's it. We'll just take a quick look at the others, the general settings, appearance, and fonts. And I will come here. You can change the complete factor here by making everything larger from 1%. And this is a comfortable view for me, but I'll usually increase that to 1.25 or as large as um, 1.5, as in 1.5%. And I usually take my fonts up to 14, 14 to just make everything easier to read, provided uh, if I forget my glasses, because I am required to wear glasses. Thus, my icon, and when you're able to see me, forgive me for not being on screen, but because of the window I have to record, I'm recording so early that I had to step away from my studio setup so I don't uh, wake my sleeping family up. But anyway, those are the major things that I change using the Gnome tweak tool. And again, this uh, generally does not come installed by default, but it's easily installed through the store. So you come here if you're running Fedora, but it should be much the same if you're running Ubuntu or others. Just go to the store, do a search for tweak, and it brings up the quick install utility. Install that, and you're able to make those changes. If you found this beneficial, consider giving us a thumbs up, subscribing if you have not already, and tell others about the channel. I look forward to providing more interesting content uh, about Linux and computers in general. Once again, I'm Richard L. Scott, the Black Christian Geek. Thanks, and God bless.